The tragedy of Theban royalty, a curse upon a kingdom. Long ago in the city of Thebes, long ago in the grand city of Thebes, a terrible curse loomed over its royal bloodline. The house of Laius, the king of Thebes, was doomed to suffer, for he had defied the gods. His fate and that of his descendants would be written in tragedy, betrayal, and suffering. At the heart of this cursed tale stood Oedipus, a man whose destiny was sealed before he was even born. His parents, King Laius and Queen Jocasta, had been warned by an oracle that their child would one day kill his father and marry his mother. Horrified, they ordered the infant to be left to die on a mountainside, but fate could not be escaped. Oedipus, the man who fled. Fate rescued by a kind shepherd, the baby was raised by the king and queen of Corinth, who never told him of his true origins. But when Oedipus learned of the horrifying prophecy, he fled Corinth, determined never to harm the parents he believed were his own. On his journey, he met an old man on a narrow road. An argument turned into violence, and Oedipus killed the stranger in self-defense, never knowing the man was his true father, King Laius. Arriving in Thebes, Oedipus found the city in terror. A monstrous sphinx guarded its gates, asking a riddle to all who sought entry. What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening? None had answered correctly before, and all had perished. But Oedipus, with his keen mind, solved it. Man, who crawls as a baby, walks as an adult, and uses a cane in old age. Defeated, the Sphinx threw herself from a cliff, and Thebes was freed. Oedipus was hailed as a hero and crowned king, marrying the widowed queen Jocasta, his own mother. The truth unveiled. For years, Thebes prospered under Oedipus's rule. But then a plague struck the land, and the Oracle of Delphi declared it would only end when the murderer of King Laius was punished. Determined to save his people, Oedipus sought the truth, only to uncover a horrifying reality. The old man he had slain was his father, and the queen he had married was his mother. The prophecy he had feared had come true, despite all his efforts. Overcome with grief and madness, Queen Jocasta took her own life, and Oedipus, in his despair, blinded himself with a golden pin, wandering into exile, cursing the gods and his fate. The curse continues. But the tragedy of Thebes did not end with Oedipus. His children, Eteocles, Polynices, Antigone, and Ismene, would also be doomed to suffering. His sons fought for the throne, leading to a brutal civil war where they killed each other on the battlefield. His daughter Antigone, loyal and brave, defied the king to bury her fallen brother, but for her defiance she was sentenced to death. The curse of Thebes had claimed them all, the gods' unforgiving will. Thus, the royal house of Thebes crumbled, leaving behind only ruins and sorrow. The gods' will had been fulfilled, and the world bore witness to a tragic truth. No man can escape fate.